vibration, keeping your vibe high, or moving from a good place can be seen as I have to feel good all the time or most of the time, and I have to get myself into this sort of joyous place where life's great all the time, and then I can move from there. But it's almost like if emotions are the weather and you're the sky observing the weather, then you can always move from the sky no matter what the weather is. That's a tongue twister for you. How's that? But it doesn't always have to be this high joy, gratitude state. That can be there, but it's also almost being in a good place is the recognition that you aren't the weather that's going on inside you. You are the observer, you are the sky, and you can still do what you want to do and move from that intuitive place without identifying with the clouds that swiftly come and go. And for me, it seems to be more and more how I do things, how I treat myself, no matter what I'm doing. So do what you want to do. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Even if it's like a quote unquote bad habit, oh no, I shouldn't be watching TV, or I shouldn't be smoking, or I shouldn't be overeating or whatever. Like, the key, I think, is how you treat yourself when you're doing those actions, not that you're doing those actions. Because, a lot of people just go straight to the behavior and go, right, I shouldn't be doing that. I'll go to cold turkey and I won't do that for 6 months. And then either, they make it through the 6 months and then they're like, oh my God, thank God. And then they're right back to square one, or they don't last for the time frame, or they just have a really bad experience and go, this is what I have to go through in order to conquer the addiction. But to quote Peter Crone, who's an awesome mentor, I'll link in the description to his stuff. But the habit is the relief from you putting pressure on yourself, from ourselves putting pressure on ourselves. So we do the habit, we overeat, we watch TV, we smoke for that relief from the pressure of, I don't know, life, what we have to do, who we have to be, almost like how we're not supposed to do the habit. And but we are doing the habit, and the habit is the relief from you thinking, I shouldn't be this person, So it's almost like change the way you treat yourself, and the paradox is that you won't want to do the habit anymore. Or if you do, it'll be this sort of like intentional place where I'm just going to enjoy life. I don't need this. I'm just going to enjoy doing whatever I'm going to do. And so you sort of automatically come from this place of well-being. I could be recording this video from a place of I need to record this video. I need to get the reps in. If I don't, I might not be worthy. If I don't, then what will that mean for my financial struggles? If I don't, well, what will that mean for me self-expression? Self-expressioning. I mean, all of that is just lack, however you want to pronounce expressioning. But if I move from a place of I don't have to do this, I don't have to do this well, take that pressure off. Anything could come out, me spouting stuff. I'm just going to riff. I mean, those sentences there just feel like less pressure than before, at least, And I'm just going to do better work, it seems, when I just sort of come at it from that attitude, and relationship with myself and my human being and what I'm doing as a human being, rather than this sort of program of lack and need and want. And even if I'm wanting and lacking and needing, I'm only human. That's the way I want to approach myself when I'm feeling all these things. I'm only human. If I feel lacking and I feel like, I need to do this, And it's like, you're okay. You're only human, Jack. You know, you're going to do that sometimes. You know, so self-compassion seems to be, again, the doorway to a better life, because it opens the door to new realms of possibilities when you sort of waffle on like this. No, when you sort of approach not only life but yourself. When you see yourself in your own life doing the things that you do, and you don't need to like stop it straight away. You just see what you're doing, recognize the human being that's doing this. And it's almost then that the pattern comes up and you sort of recognize why you're doing this, which place you're coming from when you're doing this. So your relationship to yourself is key, I feel, to changing your life, because you change your life almost indirectly, rather than like, I'll change all my behaviors. I'll move from where I live. I'll rearrange the furniture of my external. I'll change friends. I'll change people. It's like these things are the byproduct of a new identity. They're a byproduct of a new relationship with self. They're not the be all and end all. They're just what seems to happen when we change how we look at ourselves. You know, that's why I keep going back to the friend lens and seeing myself as a close friend or a close romantic partner who I really care about, and just view myself through that lens as I'm doing things. So, and then seeing how I would treat them. Oh, that's okay. No, don't worry. That these things happen. Rather than like, you should be better than that. You know, even if it's like no words. Sometimes my mind gets really good at holding me in this sort of window of contempt and this sort of verdict before even anything's even happened or been said. You don't have to go, oh, you're not good enough today. It's like it's just a viewpoint that like whatever you do, you're not good enough, and it's just that would be the words. As the sun gets lower, I get like this. It's the way you view life. No, but yeah, that's as I distract myself with a joke and then try and come back from it and try and get right into it again. But yeah, that's probably a good segue to end at. So to sum up, our relationship with ourselves, the way we view ourselves, how we treat ourselves, let the behaviors, the movements, the actions, everything spawn from that place of care. And how would you treat yourself? How would you treat a romantic partner or someone dear to you or a friend you really cared about, a loved one? How would you treat them? How would you treat a partner? Just doing the things that you do, you'd recognize the humanity, you'd recognize the pattern, and you wouldn't blame them for it. I'd hope. I do, you almost love them for it. It almost makes them even more lovable, right? When somebody's just imperfect, as we all are, and just doing what they do, and it's like, I love it when you do that. It's just there's no blame, there's no ill will, there's nothing like that. It's just like, guy, I love it when you get things wrong. I love it when you fuck up. I love it when you fill in the blank. Because you're just you're just here, and I'm grateful that you're here. Boom. If you can treat yourself like that, what a life you're gonna have. What a life you're gonna have. Because that seems to be the doorway, something like that. But yeah. So thank you again for if you've gotten to this point. I thank you. Yeah, feel free to stick around, like and subscribe. Oi, gets it in. Like and subscribe if you feel called to. And yeah, keep on living a good life, treating yourself better. And see you in the next one. Peace.